11 o'clock, we got Fordham traveling to Nebraska, so not like the best game here. The only reason this is still a case is because, unfortunately for us, even though Nebraska's 0-1, they're technically playoff eligible. It's the only reason I'm picking this game. It's on the Big Ten Network, by the way. So let's go back to 2020 for Fordham. They went 2-1, no one-possession games, which I found interesting. 2019 is the season, like, you're probably going to get a better accurate representation of what most of these FCS teams are. And Fordham went 4-8, right? So they had a 3-point loss to Central Connecticut, a 7-point win against Richmond, a 3-point win against Georgetown, a 3-point overtime loss against Lehigh, and a 4-point loss against Lafayette. So this could be you could have made this a 7-5 ball club. I mean, like, if you win those close games, you could make the 7-5 ball club. But Fordham did not do that, and they're still not even close to Nebraska's skill level, despite Nebraska probably being the worst team in the Big Ten. Nebraska, on the other hand, I didn't know if you... let's go over the records real quick. Obviously, 2020 was bad for them. It went 3-5. 2019 went 5-7, and 2018 went 4-8. Those are Scott Frost's years. Obviously not ideal. In 2020, they had an 8-point loss. So most of the games, actually, of the 8 games they've played, 5 of them were one possessions, and some of them could have flipped, honestly. They had an 8-point loss to Northwestern. They had a 7-point win against Penn State, a 6-point loss against Iowa, a 7-point loss against Minnesota, a 7-point win against Rutgers. So if you look at that, like, this could have been a different team in 2020 if you win the Iowa, Minnesota, and Northwestern games, right? If you win those 3-1 possession games, this could have been a 6-2 team. And I think if this is a 6-2 team, that last year, we're looking at Scott Frost in a whole nother light. You think that maybe you can turn them around. Nebraska's on the up, like, they're on the uptick. They're getting better. Unfortunately for Scott Frost, this is probably his last team year. If you did the math, Scott Frost has a record in Nebraska of 12-21. That is really bad. That is not a good record to have. I think Nebraska is a really bad football team, honestly. I think Scott Frost is gone after this year, but I still think Nebraska is a way better football team than Fordham ever will be. So give me Nebraska to win this game.